NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
We know how.
Coronavirus rules are relaxing at our beaches. Passive activities that weren't allowed before, like lounging in the sand, will soon be permitted. But there are still some restrictions. Thanks for joining us for the Nightly Check-In. I'm Monica Dean. County officials announced that starting Tuesday, June 2nd, you can actually sit down and relax at the beach with your household unit. But they strongly encourage you to maintain social distancing between each household if you want to lie down or sit down on the sand. This will apply to all San Diego County beaches. Leaders also announced more promising news. San Diego's positive test rate is holding steady at 3%. Today, there were nearly 3,700 tests reported with 117 new positive cases. San Diego now has more than 7,100 total cases with 260 total deaths. While much of San Diego is reopening, one place where the situation remains unclear is inside local nursing homes.
We were uneasy, we wanted more details of what was going on.
Rebecca Nibla's grandmother was living at the Windsor Gardens Convalescent Center in National City. Her grandmother is one of 14 people who have died at the facility from COVID-19. NBC7 Investigates found 12 nursing homes in San Diego County reporting resident deaths, but the numbers shared with the public are inconsistent, and some nursing homes on this list that we spoke with are disputing the figures. Advocates like elder abuse attorney Natalie Holmes say that can be a huge problem.
So it's very important that those family members can make informed decisions regarding their loved ones. And the only way to do that is to understand the level of infection or risk that is going on inside the facility.
A spokesperson from Windsor Gardens said they could not comment on Esther Hernandez's case due to privacy concerns, but they are adhering to all recommendations made by state and federal agencies. At least 600 residents or staff at local nursing homes have tested positive for COVID-19 to date. A small study is suggesting a significant number of people continue to test positive for COVID-19 after recovering from it. Chinese researchers looked at 69 coronavirus patients who were discharged from the hospital. Among those, 11 had still tested positive about 9 to 17 days after they were discharged, and all were asymptomatic. They suggest doctors should continue to monitor patients after they leave the hospital.
Now serving F001 at window number 13.
Next in line.
Does that look familiar? 46 DMV field offices reopened today, including in Chula Vista, El Cajon, Poway, San Isidro, and Claremont. Appointments are even harder to get than usual since fewer people can be helped at a time in order to maintain the necessary 6 feet of space between them. There are a few services that can be taken care of same day, but according to a couple of unhappy customers who were turned away, you won't be able to get your car registered or renew your registration without an appointment.
It was like jumping for joy. I can get it taken care of finally. And I get here and they're still saying there's no appointments for months down the line. You can try any office anywhere in California. You're probably going to have the same problem. So I'm still stuck.
Still stuck. Okay, so we have a full list of DMV services on our website that can be taken care of on the same day, including applying for a reduced or no-fee ID card and processing commercial driver's license transactions. People who love visiting tasting rooms at San Diego's craft breweries will now have to buy a meal. New rules say craft breweries must offer sit-down, dine-in meals just like bars, pubs, and wineries. Traditionally, San Diego's breweries have partnered with food trucks to casually sell snacks and meals at tasting rooms, but now food sales are required. That means food vendors, including restaurants and food trucks, will be used at every local open tasting room, provided both follow state rules. Perfect 70s today, so will it be just as nice tomorrow? Dagmar joins us next after this quick break.
NBC7's Nightly Check-In is sponsored by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating and Air, Flood and Restoration.
Call 1-800-BILL-HOWE. Bill Howe. We know how.
Bill Howe is open to provide customers with repairs and services. We have taken additional measures to keep our customers and technicians safe. we will continue to provide San Diego with trusted, exceptional service.
Because we know how.
Okay, Stereo Friday, absolutely beautiful today. We have been seeing a little bit of a cooling trend in all 4 forecast zones, and that will continue. Now, the coast and the inland valleys will still see some gradual, partial clearing here and there, but that'll leave the coast in about that upper 60, low 70 range. Again, gradual clearing. Inland valleys, gradual clearing, but clearing to more sunny skies. And earlier on, upper 70s still there. Mountains no longer mid-80s, now mid-70s. In the deserts, you're still unfortunately at the 104 mark. Your heat advisory, your excessive heat warning rather, continues until 7 p.m. tonight.
If there's one thing we've all been faced with during this pandemic, it is problem solving. One problem has a happily ever after solution.
We had 1,600 people that had reservations to get married, and then the coronavirus shuts us down. And so I turned to myself, look, we committed to these people.
Perfect.
And they said, what about this available snack shop that's not being used?
That's right. It's clever, isn't it? After the county clerk's office was shut down because of the virus, they decided to continue marriage ceremonies by using a snack shack. They're calling it the Marriage Hut, and those getting married there don't seem to mind a bit.
I was worried it was going to feel like you're at the DMV, where it's just kind of processing through a line of people.
I give you this ring.
But they were very personable. They made it special, even though it isn't like your stereotypical wedding.
Oh, that is going to be memorable. The county clerk says a few other counties have now followed San Diego, including Orange County, where they're marrying people out of ticket booths borrowed from the Orange County Fair. Before we sign off, we have a special edition of the Today in San Diego podcast up right now. We discussed how to navigate through stage 2 with what's allowed, what's open, and what life is like now. It's available on all podcast streaming platforms. We'll be back for another check-in tomorrow night. Take care.